Hello, superheroes. Everyone here at Disability Connection, our friends, all of the volunteers, we miss y'all so much. We were just now preparing for our 2020 Art Ability Fair when we had to cancel due to unforeseen circumstances. But we weren't going to let that stop us. We have created a shelter-in-place art project, and we are going to bring the Art Ability Fair to you. This year's theme is superheroes. So I want y'all to think of whatever superhero you want to be, and we're going to get into some super cool superhero art projects. In just a moment, we're going to unbox the supplies. Inside the boxes you're going to receive, we have some cool necklaces, some stickers, some posters. So get creative, get yourself into character, and we're going to run through one of these art projects that we do. Okay, I have our art supplies unboxed. First things first, there are some books that we are sending, 10 books. Those will be for reading at your leisure. Comic books for reading, some playing cards for trading. Make sure anyone that wants to read them can read them and then share them around so that everyone gets a chance. There'll be plenty in each box. Everyone will get posters. We have different comic book posters. I believe this poster here is of Iron Man. So I won't show it, but you'll have fun seeing which poster you get at your location. And then stickers. Make sure use your stickers. There should be plenty for everybody. So put them all over. Boom, pow, bang. Help you get into your superhero character. So those are fun. So you can get those out, set them aside, and then we'll start setting up for our art project. The next thing we have is the tablecloth. Use the tablecloth because we're going to be using playing with clay. The art project will involve a self-hardening clay and paints, and so use your tablecloth to keep clean. We may be able to have some more art projects in the future, so keep your tablecloth. Don't worry about cleaning it up, but just pack it up and put it away when y'all are done with it. And we might be able to reuse them in the future for some more art projects. So from there, clay, paint brushes. We have some stencils here for one of our art projects, various shapes and sizes to help y'all get into your creativity. And then we have these little hard cardboard boards. These are going to be for transporting your pots around when you paint them to help paint on, and then you can put them away, move them around while they dry. So all these will be very useful and beneficial. And then we also are going to be sending bags. Everyone can have a bag that they can draw on, paint on, and decorate, put their stickers on it, write their names on it, so that after your art project's done, you can put it in the bag to carry it around safely. And then some little paint cups for the paint. So at this time, why don't y'all pause the video, get everything set up. But first and foremost, make sure you come up with your superhero character. Think of what super ability you want to have, what's your superhero's name, and try to get into character for your project. Maybe you can use that as an inspiration for your project that you're going to make in just a little while. So pause the video, get everything set up. Books and comics can be put out of the way, the playing cards put out of the way, and let's get ready to make our art project. I'll see y'all in a minute. All right, superheroes, is everybody into character? I'm into character. I got my pal and my BAM stickers on right here. My art making hands. That's right. Now I didn't use the tablecloth because I already got a table for art projects and it can't get dirty, or I should say it just stays dirty. Anyways, so we're going to put the paints aside because we won't need those yet, the paint and the paint brushes, and we're going to get our clay out. Now, I just want you to know that the clay and the paint are both water-based, so it will wash off with water and nothing will be permanent. Anyways, okay, so with the clay, you will unwrap it. They are pre-wrapped in little cellophane wraps. There is roughly 1 pound per superhero. And then there are additional pounds in the box for the instructors, and or if you have leftovers and y'all want to work on another little clay project. But everyone should receive at least 1 pound of clay. And so you just unwrap it like that. Now, here's your clay. I have 3 things that I'll try, 3 art projects I think we'll walk through. 1 are going to be the stencil projects, and that will be rolling out a sheet of clay and then stamping the clay with whatever stencil you want. I think I'm going to use this star one because it is a superhero star. So I'm going to use the superhero star, and then we'll show you how to decorate it, texturize it, and then later we can paint it. And so I think that would be really cool. I'm looking forward to using this star. I like it a lot. Also, we have superhero hearts, superhero dinosaurs, whole bunch of them. Every box is different. Every box has different stencils in it. Then the next thing is we're going to make a pot, a superhero pinch pot. And so that'll be a lot of fun. I'll show you how to make one of those. And you can use the little pot to put your change in if you have, pocket change or hair bands, things to hold, special items. You can have like a little pot that sits on your shelf, and you can make one of those. And then the third thing is just use your absolute wonderful creativity, and you can sculpt anything you want. Clay is extremely versatile, and anything you can imagine, and you can play with it, and you can maneuver it. You can make whatever you want just by squeezing it and moving it around and sculpt it into whatever. So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to make a superstar stencil, and I'm going to take however much clay I want, and what you do is you start making it flat. Now you can continue to push it flat with your fingers or your hands. You can turn it over and you just keep pushing it down, and you can see it just gets flatter and flatter, and as it gets flatter it'll begin to widen out, and you just want to make sure that it covers all of the star or all of the stencil that you want to use. Now mine, I can see it doesn't go all the way yet, so I want to continue to go a little further. Now, one thing that helps is if you have a cup in the cupboard or something round. This will help if you want to get that surface really flat, really smooth. And you just roll it back and forth until you get the thickness that you want. Mine right now is probably about a 1/4 inch thick, but I think it is clearly big enough for my star. So then you'll just take your star or your stencil, put it in the middle, and press down just like that. Once you do that, you pull off the remaining clay. And then you push down in the center and you just lift your stencil up. And there you have it. Now I have a superstar. I should put a little hole in the top, and then I can make a superstar necklace. That would go great with my super suit. All right, well, that was cool. I'm gonna make another one because I've got plenty enough clay. So how about I make the super heart? I'm gonna make the super heart next. So I'm gonna make a ball, and I'm gonna just pat it with my hands like this until it's a round ball. And then I'm going to start pecking it down onto the table until it gets flatter and flatter. Just keep on working it. And then you can use your stencil to check to see if it's big enough yet. It is not big enough yet. I love clay. It is so much fun and therapeutic. I like pressing my fingers into the clay because then it has the imprints of your fingers. And I think that is a wonderful texture. All right, we are just about there. All right, we're going to try this out. So then you take the stencil you want, you line it up onto your sheet of clay and press down. You want to make sure you press firmly all the way around. That way the stencil makes connection with the table, and then when you peel the clay on the outside, it comes off all the way around. And if it gets stuck, you can always lift it up and peel it off from the back side. All right, so there it is, my stencil and my clay. And now I'm going to push my fingers down as I pull the stencil off. All right, check that. Very nice. That'll be a super heart. And I think I might go ahead and make the dinosaur as well. So I make the clay into a ball. I'm going to use a little bit more clay. All of this from 1 pound of clay. You can make a whole lot of different stencil pieces. Or if you want, from this point, we could make a pinch pot. You know, we could use this to make a little pinch pot. So you can do a variety, and then you can sculpt something out of this with your creativity. All right. And I'm going to smash it down. I think this one I'm going to use the cup as a roller. I'm going to just roll it back and forth. Peel it up, turn it sideways, make it a little wider. Yep, and it will stick to the jar. All right, that should be plenty big enough. Press down. Just lift it up. Yeah, now we've got the dinosaur. I could keep this half too if I wanted to keep the backside. check it, dinosaur, super dinosaur. All right, I'm gonna keep those for later. And so this is how you use the stencils. So you just take your clay and you roll it out into a sheet. You take your stencil and press it down. You pull the clay off from around the outside, and then when you pull the inside out, then you'll have the inside shape of your stencil, just like that. It's super easy. It's super easy. It's a lot of fun. And then we'll save these. See, right now they're wet, so they're very flexible. You could easily damage them if you hit them or tear them or drop them. They'll fold in half. Of course, you could always just ball it back up and try again. But we want to save these, and then we're going to come back later and paint them. So here's two more examples. Star, superstar, super heart. Should be fun. All right, so that's your first art project. All right, second art project is the pinch pots. Now again, there was enough clay here that you could make a stencil project and you could make a pinch pot. I made a whole bunch of stencil projects and still had clay left over. But for this one, I'm going to get a new piece of clay to show y'all how to do a pinch pot. So we'll probably only need about half of the pound. So pull off about half of the pound. All right, so it's about the size of a handful. And we're going to ball it up into a ball. So you keep squeezing it until you get a ball shape. Sometimes you can roll it on the table in a circular manner, and that will also help encourage a ball shape. So this is what we want to make a pinch pot. You can roll it on the table. You can roll it in your hands. You just want to keep working it until you get a round ball. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to take our finger and we're just going to push right into the middle of the ball. Just like that. So you push your finger into the middle of the ball. And then from here, you're going to take your thumb and your finger, you're going to put your thumb into the hole you just created, and then you're going to start pinching your fingers together just like this. And every time you pinch, you just turn your pot a little bit. And then as you notice, the hole gets bigger, pot gets a little wider. You just keep doing that over and over. Pinch, 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 pinch. And look at that, it's already starting to look like a pot. If y'all remember, at the other art ability fairs, we had the potter's wheels. These potter wheels behind us were actually the ones we used. You remember the potter's wheel? And you would sit on it with the clay, and then you would center the clay, you would enter in, and then you would widen, and then you would start to pull your walls. Y'all remember all of that from the previous years, all the other art ability fairs? Well, this is just like making a wheel thrown pot, except you don't have a potter's wheel to turn the pot. And so the pot is actually, you have to turn it with your hand, and then you pinch the clay as you turn it, just like that. And then every time you pinch, it gets a little bigger, a little wider, and then you can start to shape it into whatever shape you want. So wherever it's thicker, that's where you can start to pinch it. See, now I'm going to start to pinch the rim toward the top of the pot. I'm going to start to pinch it. Now look how wide that rim is getting. So you just keep on pinching it. there you have it. A pinch pot. You can use the table to flatten the bottom like that. And then you can pinch the walls. 2 hands if you're daring enough. But since y'all are all superheroes, I'm sure y'all have tons of courage to try new things. And look at that. There you go. A little pinch pot. You could also turn it upside down and tap it on the ground a little bit, and that can make the rim flat if you want your rim to look flat. And there you go. Now you have a bowl. This is called a pinch pot or a pinch bowl, and you make it because you pinched your fingers to make it. These things are very easy to make, but they're very difficult to make good. Some people make these things their whole life, and they're still learning how to make them better. They spend hours and hours pinching the clay and smoothing it to make them really, really amazing. And y'all have all the time you need. During the Art Ability Fair, we were limited to how much time we had. Some of us only had 5 to 10 minutes on the potter's wheel. Now you can take as much time as you need at home. Take as much time as you need to make these things just the way you want them. You can decorate the sides. You can write on them with a pencil. You can get a pencil as a tool, and you can write on the sides or draw pictures or patterns, whatever you want. And there is your pinch bowl. I'll go ahead and make one more that's a little different. I'll make the next one wider and shallower, as like a little desk catch-all that can hold stuff. Same thing. You just ball it up. Ball it into a ball. Just keep on rolling it. It'll turn into a ball. Sometimes, maybe it doesn't. But it's close to a ball as you can get. Then you hold your ball, you take your finger, you push your finger into the ball. Just like that. And then you put your thumb in it, and then you start pinching. And remember, this one I'm going to make it wider. So I'm going to keep it really low to the ground. I'm going to make it wider. Just keep on working it into a pot. Oh, look at that. See, look, you can pinch too much and it can tear the wall. But clay is very forgiving because you can literally just put it back together and then pinch. And then your wall's fixed. So don't be discouraged if the wall tears. Just stick it back together. Turn it upside down. Smooth out the bottom. Oh yeah, this is coming out good. I'm gonna smooth the bottom. You know, I just had a cool idea so I just made this into a pinch pot, a little pinch bowl. It's wide at the bottom with shallow walls. And I've got the idea to put a stencil pattern on the inside. I think I'm gonna try this one. So I'm gonna set that aside. I'm gonna make this into a ball. I'm gonna smash it flat. Roll it out. Stencil pattern. Push down. I'm gonna take away the outside one. I'm gonna push out the inside one. And then the ring. I don't know how I'm gonna get the ring out. I guess like that. There we go. Just like that. And I'm gonna put that on the inside. Look at that. And then I'm gonna just push them together with my fingers. Until they stick together. All right, check that out. Now I can paint these different colors, and that should be a lot of fun. So there you go. That is how you make stencil arts and pinch pots. And then remember, any clay you have left over, you can just ball it up and make something else with it. If you have enough clay, or if you have leftover clay, get creative and try to sculpt something. You know, try to sculpt a superhero flying, or a building, or a plane, anything you want, anything you can think of. And then you can try to sculpt it and just try to use your creativity and your imagination. So that's that. So get on your projects. Once you're done, they'll have to be set out to dry. That can take many hours. This is a self-hardening clay, so when you leave it out, it will dry on its own and it'll become a lighter gray color. This is, you can see it's a darker clay and it's still movable. And then we're gonna let these sit out, and then we'll come back and they'll be a lot tougher. If you have a pencil, you can go ahead and write your name on the bottom of them or on the back of your stencils. The stencil cutouts, you can write your name, the date, and then we'll set them out to dry. So once they're done, just set them out to dry, and then when they're dried, they'll become a light gray color, which I'll show you hopefully in a little while. And then once we get those dried out, we will use the paints and the paintbrushes to start painting. So have fun, start sculpting, and I'll see y'all in a little while. Okay, superheroes. So we have finished making our pieces. I had just went and put mine out in the sun to try to expedite their drying time. But unfortunately, I did not get too far. But I need to start painting so that we can have these things out by tomorrow. So anyways, I want to show y'all though, this right here, you can see the two different colors, the dark gray and then the light gray on this edge. This edge right here is where it's really thin, and so it dried quicker on this edge. So this is the color that the clay will look like when it's dried. It is this light chalky gray. The darker wet gray, the way it looks when the clay is still wet, that's how you know it still has its moisture. So if you can wait to set them out to dry, it might take, you know, a day or two, maybe a night to get fully dried out. But I recommend waiting. It won't hurt if you paint it early, but it'll just require longer drying time once you paint it. But since I don't have the time to wait, I'm going to go ahead and paint mine now, so I can show y'all the process that I would use to paint it, and then y'all can do whatever fits y'all's timeline. So I'm going to paint my superstar first, and that's what I want to do. So I'm going to take the paint jars. There's a lot of different colors. This box here has purple, orange, and blue, and so feel free to use them however you see fit. There are also some extra cups here if you want to pour personal containers, or if you want to mix up different colors. Like adding purple and orange together, or blue and orange. So remember, this is where your note card comes in handy. Your little cardboard comes in handy. You can use this to paint on to minimize the mess at the table, but then also once it's done painting, you can pick it up and move it around to set it in a secure location. So I'm going to start painting, and y'all have fun. Good start so far. Look at that. My bowl's already coming in handy. I just want to say this is a lot of fun, but it sure is not near as much fun as we have during our art ability fairs, when we all get to hang out together and make pottery and paint and take pictures and dress up. That sure is a lot of fun. We're going to have to do it bigger 2021. You like that? K for Kevin. And I think I need some purple too. I like purple. I like it. I like it. Uh-oh, my purple and my blue brush touched. Check that out. One down. My Super K. All right. What about my heart? My super heart. I should have put it on a cardboard. My super heart. Right there. Let's do my pinch pot. We'll do my pinch pot. And I think I want it to be blue and orange, since blue and orange are complementary colors. Remember, you can paint these however you want to paint them. Check that out. Uh-oh, don't want to drop it. Outside, inside. So there you go. You can see, you can paint them however you want to paint them. With designs, you can put letters on it, numbers on it. Have fun with it. Use your imagination. And remember, the paints and the brushes, the clay, it's all water soluble. So wash it, just wash it off with water, clean up with water. The brushes, the tablecloth, save them. The paints, save them, because in the future we may be able to get y'all some more clay, or do another art project. Who knows? So, just have fun with it. All right, superheroes, there you go. We have a slab-based stencil project, or you can use the pinch pot method. Make yourselves a cool little superhero pinch pot, or get creative and just do something with the clay. Use your imagination and sculpt anything you want. When you're done, let it dry. Use your paints and the brushes and paint whatever you want on it. Just have fun. That's the biggest thing. Use your imagination and have a lot of fun. We really enjoyed making this project with y'all. Once again, always thank our sponsors for partnering with us, for making these projects possible. And y'all stay super cool, and hopefully next year we'll have an even bigger and better 2021 Art Ability Fair. I love you guys, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye now.